Right. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Alright, so today we're going to be playing some Path of Exile and doing some League Start testing, I suppose, just to see how some things feel. Now, the issue is I have no idea what I actually want to start. I think I've narrowed it down to two things, right? I either want to go RF if I want to have a super solid League Start, or I go Flicker Strike with Prismatic Burst. And if Prismatic Burst just doesn't go well, then we just pivot to a pure Flicker Strike build. So that is currently the conundrum that I'm playing with. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see how Static Strike feels in the beginning, since that's probably what I'm going to be leveling with if I go the Prismatic route. And it's so tempting to do that. The only thing it's keeping me from deciding for sure is I know if I go Righteous Fire Juggernaut, that it's just going to be super smooth the entire campaign and start of maps. No problem. Now I have... There we go. Waiting on him to get his sword out. So yeah, so that's the plan for tonight. It's just playing around, seeing how the skills go. Honestly, I'm tempted to go Prismatic Strike, if only because I have some ideas on how I would want to approach it. Not good ideas, maybe, but I have some. See how that goes. Let's see. This, we're gonna go here. I'm gonna go down immediately. So here we can go Smite and start that strike. I think Molten Strike is probably the better option. Maybe? Staff or unarmed, sword axe mace, staff unarmed. This is why we do it beforehand, is because I don't actually know. I've never leveled with either of these. Although I'm stun locked on the first decision, that's not a good sign. I have 3 greens, blue, red, red, blue. I guess I do Molten Strike. Yeah, Molten Strike, Elemental Prolif. Probably the better shot here. We'll do that. Throw these on because why not? This on because why not? And we'll keep these for now. Oh, didn't want to do that. It's a good thing I'm not a racer. Right. So head through here. Ignore most of this. Straight to title. Right over here. Ooh, very nice. Oh, that hurt. There we go. Okay, Iron Ring, Scroll of Wisdom. I want that. Throw this on, throw these on. It's a pretty good 3-link for us, I think. Trying to remember. So I think Static Strike is red. We need red and blue for Prismatic Strike, even though it's not in the game. But that's what we're going to be looking out for. And Elemental Proliferation is probably not bad to have. Did I miss? No, he's right here. I got frozen. Let's not freeze. How about that? Freeze. Or, and hear me out, not. Okay. Gonax, Small Life. Gale Vest is worth it. Driftwood Wand is not. Worth it. Portal Scrolls to go back. If I remember correctly, it's replacing Onslaught. It'll be right here. We'll be taking that then. Instead, for now, we grab... Let's recall. Even though we don't have the links to support it. And I'm going to change up the music a little bit. It's a little too chill. Let's try... maybe this. All right. Do we have a red, blue? That's linked. I think the Elemental Proliferation. Oh, there's a red, blue. 2 Scrolls of Wisdom. I don't think I want it that bad. Oh, something I do want to do. I can see if I can see what Nessa has. I'll have to keep an eye out because Nessa can have +1 level on wands. Although what I really I can't do wands. Never mind. I need scepters. but I need the +1 to be scepter or a dagger. Yeah, because I need the attack. Alright. No, we can't do anything with this right now. So I don't know yet. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I like having Ignite Prolif for early leveling. Like almost no matter what I'm using, just because it's a really nice feeling, even without scaling, for the first couple of zones. Getting a nice little Ignite Prolif right here helps a lot. Alright, follows the river. Portal scroll. Need that. Oh, that was the wrong way. Alright, that went pretty well. Even though I didn't actually want to do that. The other one. Or no, I'm just... Oh, I'm failing at this. Third time's the charm, I guess. Okay, so we start Molten Strike. Having Ignite early is very, very nice. And then we'll move into Static Strike whenever we unlock it. Alright, let's go and open this up, grab the waypoint, and then we'll go back to Bedded Caverns. Where? Why are these not showing up? Oh, I know why. I know why. There we go. That showing up now? Yeah, there we go. So the music stuff was not showing up. Ignite resistant right away. All right, we'll be here for a couple minutes. I'm gonna have to go fight something else so that I can get charges. It could be worse. It could be cycling damage resistance. The blue, red, red driftwood, which we want. Alright, I want to fight this here. I don't want to drag this over to the necromancer for him to then resurrect and me have to fight again. I don't know if that's possible, but I don't want that to happen. Because that sounds like the opposite of fun. Okay. Grab this hat, put this hat on, and we're going to take this and do this and that. We're gonna level up twice, and we're good there. Then we're going to I can't see the last song that played. Oh well. I was not a fan of the last song. Weird. Much better. Oh, that feels better. Alright. 3 red we'll grab, even though we may not use it. Alright, so the intention here is now all of the stuff that he's going to resurrect is going to run into his proliferate. There we go. Alright, we've got another red, blue, blue. It's probably better for later. Grab that. Although getting the right links on anything but a weapon is going to be better for us. So we can then switch out the weapon whenever we need to. Darkwood Scepter. Okay. Back to Charcolais. And grab the rewards. So here, I think I want Frostbomb every time. Frost Blink. Okay. Let's identify this, grab that, put that there. Frost Blink, Frost Bomb. Frost Bomb here, Frost Blink here. Alright. And we move on. The only reason we want Frost Bomb is to deal with things that have regeneration later. Like oak. Really anything that has regeneration is going to be nice to have Frost Bomb for. Ooh, shield and large mana flask. Okay, so I do actually want a shield. Maybe keep, maybe keep. That's a, okay, I would keep this normally because it's a chromatic. But today is only practice. Two blue, one red. Do I have good boots? Not really. Okay, here is this place. I'm gonna try Speedrunner Tech for the first time. Tech there is place a portal down there, run to the next teleporter, go back to town instead of going in sidetracking. Righteous Fire can solo Ubers, it's probably most OP. I mean, I think a lot of builds can get to that point. Righteous Fire can get to where it can tank Ubers. It's going to be really strong in this league for sure. The issue is, do I want to do the smart thing? Or do I want to play with Prismatic Burst? So, because I've played a Righteous Fire starter before, and it feels great. Like, it feels fantastic to play. Really smooth, leveling, and progression-wise. The issue you're going to struggle with is getting enough damage for everything, where the fights don't take forever. But you'll probably get through the fights anyway, just because you have so much tank. Stronger build-wise, I think RF has got it hands down. One downside though is I have to compete with everybody for Maven boots. which isn't that bad. Just it'll be a couple days before they're affordable. Because Righteous Fire is very, very popular. For good reason. Did I get the... I got the waypoint and then forgot. I got the waypoint and then forgot immediately. I want to go back to town. And then take this portal. And we go over here. Level 2, or Act 2 Righteous Fire is going to be really nice though. Being able to go to your main skill almost right away. It's really just hard for me to decide. What am I missing here? Dex? Okay. On that note, let's grab those two and then this. I'll put the Dex requirement. Blue. Okay. We go back.
Stay sharp out there.
All right, so we do that and sell the rest of the stuff. So the more I keep thinking about this, the more I'm thinking that the best decision I can make is starting RF. And most of the reason, right, is not it's about early game scaling more than anything else, right? So Prismatic Burst, I don't know how to scale, and so it's not unlikely that I pivot into Flicker Strike, and then my scaling is dependent on a couple of uniques at minimum, whereas Righteous Fire, the unique requirement is a nice to have, right? The build doesn't need it, it's very nice to have. I can upgrade the build pretty significantly and operate without it if I really need to. Flicker Strike, I can do some of that because I'll need Terminus, so I can't target farm Terminus, but I can reliably find it early on. Terminus is not a hard find. But upgrading the build past that will be harder. I also started Flicker Strike last league. I think maybe maybe I start RF and make the Flicker Strike character an experimental build later on, because I know what I want to do with Flicker Strike. I want to try Flicker Strike Prismatic Burst and try and make that work. Issue there is, right, knowing how everything scales and then getting all the scaling to work for you. And then that build is going to realistically require a Feral's Fur to get off the ground. Like, I can use Terminus, but Terminus doesn't do anything for my Prismatic Burst. And I lose the option of having a weapon and a shield that is providing gem levels, which is not a good place to be for a Prismatic Burst. Yeah, I'm starting to think RF is just the right choice. It's going to carry me into the maps and through the Atlas progression really, really easily. Let's see. So this is about how this would go. Go in here. Here's a question, do I bother muling if I go RF? I don't have to mule at all on Inquisitor. Do I have a belt? I don't have a belt. This is where League starts are always hard for me because it's a decision between what's the smart thing and what's the thing that I want to do. I have to try to remember that what I want to do is make currency for a second build. Right, and that's... I think the goal is something that I'm gonna have to keep in mind because that's really going to drive how I want to play. I'm very excited for my second build. So in order to best achieve that, I think RF is just the right choice. I should be able to get a nice amount of farm RF so I can scale into build number 2. Oh, this is all dead end. There's something really satisfying about playing RF and just watching your enemy slowly die as they try to beat you to death. You can't do it. It is a very satisfying thing. And it'll be better for Crucible. Yeah, no, I'm going RF. I think I've decided. Because I know what I want to do, but I know what I ultimately should do. And that's hard, you know? But a Flicker Strike character will be made. That's gonna happen for sure. So, I guess then.
Your answer's here, heretic. In Rayclast. But I don't think you'll like.
Guess what I do then is swap over. Now that the decision is made, and I'm just gonna go RF, right? Thinking about the pros and cons. what makes sense for the build, what's going to catapult me easier into my second build. It's gonna have to be RF. Yeah, Brutus. That was bad. Yeah, I played a little dumb at the beginning of this fight, and that's gonna get me in trouble. Ooh. Yeah. That's what I get.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. At the tone, please record your message.
What am I listening to?
You may hang up.
And then I go in here and get hit immediately. Ooh. Yeah, with gameplay like this, I need to go RF. Hey, how's it going, Pugs? Welcome. Oh, don't get hit. Good, glad to hear it. Nothing wrong with it. Alright. Alright, I think going well on my end. Getting ready for league start. Very excited. Gonna be a good one. Alright, so I think, right, we've essentially decided that I'm going to go with Righteous Fire. What do we name it? Alright. And we're gonna cheat a little bit. I'm not gonna practice the mule because it's a level 4 mule, so it's not gonna take us very long. we're just gonna go to my hideout and buy gems there. We should be able to do that at least. Alright, where are you at, Hillock? There you are. Ever so slowly. There we go. Iron hat and big shield. Very nice. Yeah, we're probably gonna use that big shield. Free block to start us off. That'll be nice. Did we crash? There we go. Okay. Alright, so for this one, we want all of this life and armor. Then we're gonna go up here. Or a dot. Had so many tests this week and it's not even finals week or anything. Ooh. What's going on with tests this week? I wonder if are they getting ready for Easter break? No, because spring break was earlier, yeah? That doesn't make sense. We could go Molten Strike, but we're honestly just going to go... We're gonna go Mule, I guess. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't make sense that they're doing... We have a 4-day weekend? Gotcha, okay. I mean, maybe that's the reason, but even so, I wouldn't expect it to... Maybe they're just trying to get the tests in before everybody goes on break and forgets everything. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay, so we want... Oh man, I'm trying to remember what we want. We want Holy Flame Totem. We want Static Strike is level 12. Rolling Magma and Flame Wall. Frost Blink. What else are we looking at? I thought there was something else. Maybe Arcane Surge support. Having Elemental Prolif is probably good too. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we whip all this. Go back to Line Eyes. I actually think I did a good on a difficult assignment in reading. Nice.
Welcome.
Here, reading is not a subject in which I've ever done well. Okay, so we want 2 blue for Rolling Magma. Boom. Rolling magma. LE prolif. Do that. And then we go flame wall. Oh no, I can't use flame wall yet. I need int. Okay, and then I think it's pretty much it. That's all we can really afford. All right, so we sell all of this, and we got an extra wisdom scroll out of it. All right. So we did our level 4 mule. We've got all this stuff. Now we just go. Oh, that's a dead end. I've always been really bad at reading. So anytime I'm doing, or I did reading assignments, I always get myself in trouble because I generally think too literally for reading assignments, and so a lot of symbolism just goes right over my head. To me, I'm just like, maybe the author meant that exactly what they said, then there was no hidden meaning. And that's usually not the right answer. There are layers of meaning in most, especially most historical writing. There's usually a hidden context that is harder to understand without understanding the history of what was going on at the time. Which is really cool when you know it, but when you're just reading it as a story, it's gonna kind of escape you. Like the oh, I can't even remember what they're called anymore. So there was a writer who essentially wrote a bunch of short stories about people in different stations of life, like the priest, the baker, the lady, and they were all basically on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. And so there's a bunch of like political and satirical connotations to the stories that you don't understand if you don't understand the state of the world and the politics behind the scenes. Right here, I could still play around with Prismatic Burst. Do I do that? I might do that. I might. Why not both? I could do that. Yeah, I might do that. You could just do both. That might be interesting. Instead of muling, I'll just go for it. Yeah, because we We have plenty to work with here. We'll go Molten Strike to begin with, like we did on the last one. Then Smite. No, we'll just keep Molten Strike. Grab Prismatic Burst here. And then level with that. Yeah, we'll do both. I wrote on to what extent is history basis in lies rather than fact. I used the Tiananmen Square and then the American incident where the government told the media the truth of what happened to the cause. Yeah. I mean, it's a really good, it's a good example. Unfortunately, a great deal of history is written by the victor. And so, to your point, right, there's a bunch of context that is hidden because of the story that is told, or the story that is purposefully shared. That's like a good paper, honestly. I had 10 topics to choose and I really like that one. It's a good one. That is a really good topic. Ooh, okay. So here's the new plan, right? Okay, we are going to go RF. Right? We're gonna go RF on Jug as our starter with the knowledge that we might switch and pivot to a Flicker Strike Prismatic Burst, because since we'll be messing around with spell levels and spell scaling anyway for RF, and since RF has a huge damage multiplier for spells anyway, it'll be a good way to kind of have that solution prepared in the back of our head. And then the only thing we're missing out on is Inquisitor's, I think, going to be better for the damage overall on that build. Just because they have, Inquisitor gets generic elemental damage for crit base. Alright, yep, I think it's the answer. I think we go RF. If Prismatic Burst just feels incredible, then we can pivot in the middle of leveling. But since we're going to be scaling elemental damage types anyway, it's not going to matter. It's not going to hurt us to do. Where is the last one? No, that one goes out there. I'm really bad at this. Okay, it's up here. Should be up here. Do I have all of them already? I do have all of them already. My thesis on the topic was history is based on lies of governed country, person who resides in want it to be. I mean, yeah, to a point, that's very true. I think there's some counterbalance with the age of the internet. Like, I think that was 100% true not too long ago. I think the age of the internet has altered that a bit, and it's because people have more access to information. Not necessarily true information, but more access to information. And so it is harder to cover things up. Again, not impossible, just harder. Sounds like a great thesis, though, honestly. I think a significant amount of yeah, I decided that history meant all of human history. That's fair. I think more currently, the history or the misinformation we have to deal with is based on media, not so much government. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think the government is telling the truth most of the time or all the time. But I think because most news media is focused on views and profitability, their focus is no longer, or maybe has never been, accurate reporting. Which is sad, right? Because I would like news to be news that I can rely on and believe in. And I don't think that's the case right now. But I'm very glad to hear that your paper went well. It sounds awesome, honestly. It's also always nice to write a paper on something that you feel. I hesitate to say strongly, but that you have interest in, I guess is the better phrase. Because if you're not interested in a topic you have to write on, then you'll find it more of a chore to do. Whereas if you have interest in the topic and you can get into the research, it'll be so much better. You just wanted to write an intro and a conclusion because we only had 45 minutes. That's fair. News in America is very much politics. I think that's true, but I don't know that it's better anywhere else. I think it's very political in America because politics and drama sell. Right? If you can polarize a group of people against another group of people, then you can attract and retain their viewership. And so I think it's political because political sells. You like things about history because it's fascinating? True. One of my pretty regularly, one of my favorite courses throughout my schooling has been a history of some sort. Why is there a fire ignite resistant? It's gonna take years. Hold on, let me have enough for any of these. I guess I have enough for this. Let's put that there. Go. I don't have enough int for that yet. It's so sad that I'm sitting here and I just have to fight this guy like this. We're almost there.
My mana is gone.
I'm just saving my mana at this point because I'm out of mana potions. There we go. Alright. Oh, that was painful. You just said Americans because the only thing. Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. It's harder to say when you don't have experience watching others, and I think it's better to be accurate than it is to make a supposition. It's, you know, I can't imagine that it's much better other places in the world. I'd be very pleased to find out that I'm wrong. Are you also fire ignite resistant? Oh my god. But yeah. History's awesome. Alright, I guess I'll level up while I'm waiting. All of these. Bye. Oh, I'm being hit. Not real quick. There we go. Put that right there. And yeah, I can't do anything else. Extra life and fire ignite resist. At least he doesn't regen. This could be so much worse if he regened. History is actually cool. Math, reading, and science are mad because the reasoning for why it's right is because we already know that it is. I mean, I could see where you're coming from. I think the cool part about math and science, and I'm a math and science nerd, so like I kind of get on there. But it's really like the same thing as history. You find the reason why for people and things. Yeah. But I think it's the same for math and science, but instead of people who are very complicated, you have essentially nature, who, while is very complicated, is, I suppose, predictable, right? Nature is not going to suddenly act differently for reasons that are unknown. I think for science, you know, we memorize a lot of stuff and just know it because we know it. But I think what is more accurate to what science is hypothesis and experimentation, which I think is incredible. I think my favorite analog to science being a ton of fun is, do I need these? I do need these. Cooking, or baking specifically, right? Because baking is basically chemistry that tastes delicious. Do what you're talking about, but I think it's the reason why I like history, because I like seeing what made the sudden change happen. That's fair. That is very fair. Cooking is awesome. Here's a question for you, Pugs. Are you one of the people who cook and you're just like, I gotta follow the recipe? Or are you, I know the things that go in it and the rest I'm gonna figure out as I go? Because I'm the second one. I'm the figure it out as I go kind of person. And I want the regen. Figure it out? Yeah. My wife gets mad at me every now and then. Because I'll make something and she's like, this is the best time that you've made this. It's so good. What did you do differently? And I'm like, I don't know. No clue.
Stay sharp out there.
All I know is I'm already cooking and my girlfriend makes good food. Getting better at cooking is I don't know, I feel like it's important. Even if you're not like a great cook, knowing how to put a nice meal together, or even just like something that's different, is important. It's like I could order out when I want something, or I could learn how to make Indian food. And Indian food is so good. I love curry. Fortunately, freshmen in college or freshmen in high school and can't live together. Stick it out. You'll get there. Just don't rush things. As good as it is, it's worth waiting. Girlfriend loves jambalaya and gumbo. That's because they're delicious. What kind of jambalaya though? Because the best jambalaya is alligator jambalaya, hands down. Get some spicy alligator jambalaya. Although, a significant part of why I believe that is, I think, because I spent a lot of time in Louisiana growing up. So like, alligator tastes like tough chicken. So I hear what you're saying, and you're not wrong, right? The way that alligator takes on flavor is a little different. So like, if you just do some regular seasonings, it is very similar to chicken. Alligator, in my opinion, takes on heat much better than chicken. So if you have a spicy piece of alligator next to a spicy piece of chicken, the chicken is still going to taste like chicken. The alligator is going to be better infused with all those spicy flavors. And so when you have a spicy jambalaya, alligator complements it really well. But that's just my opinion. I wonder why that is. I have no idea. If I had to guess, there's chemistry reasons, but I don't know them. This food chemistry is never something that I've been interested in finding out more about. I like messing with flavors and messing with seasonings, but I have no idea why food does what it does. Cone helmet. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yes, I think we go Prismatic Burst for our leveling on Jug instead of Muling. Oh yeah, I hit the teleporter. Gotta go back and do that. Am I not high enough level? Oh no, I'm not smart enough for those gems yet. It's a real problem. That actually might be an issue with trying to do that early. Not there. I'm gonna go here. Go down here. I wonder what the intelligence requirement for Prismatic Burst is going to be. I hope Prismatic Burst is going to be available. It's going to be a real shame if the melee classes do not have access to Prismatic Burst. Large mana flask. Goat's horn. Oh, that's a wand, isn't it? Yeah, can't do wands. Need attack things. Okay, so we do this and then go here for the early intelligence. Yeah, I need to find intelligence on gear, essentially. What this is gonna boil down to. Alright, I think... Oh. I don't have... Do I really just not have enough intelligence for Frostblink? Go. Honestly, I think this is the way we're gonna go. We're gonna go Righteous Fire into, or Prismatic Burst into Righteous Fire. And that allows us the most flexibility for League start if we really want to pivot early. Yeah, we don't want any of that. Oh, wait, maybe. No, that requires intelligence. Yeah, we need like an amulet that gives us intelligence. So we're gonna go here. I've been wanting curry recently. Like I want to make some lamb curry or goat curry. Lamb vindaloo would be incredible. All right, so now we're here. We do this. Most importantly, we now have intelligence, so we can do all this. Put that in there, put this in here. Okay, that's gonna take advantage or take priority. We got rolling magma, elemental prolif. Arcane surge. Okay, nothing else. Alright, that'll do it. We'll do this as well. And now we want to do this and then this. Nothing here. That there. All right, that works out pretty well. All right, so we go R, flame wall. Oh, man, it's gone. Or why are you so tanky? Ooh, this is rough. Part of this is just regeneration. Like right there, regen. Is there a regen? That's why. Wow. Alright, now I'm done with this fight. He's almost full health again. I'm done. I know next time there are regen totems that can be there. I don't think I've ever run into that issue before. A single regen totem in the back preventing what I'm trying to do. All right. I'm also horrendously overleveled at the moment. I think there's like no reason for me to go really anywhere in here. There we go. Okay. Roll ring, very nice. Got some regen, very nice. Away. There we go. Okay. Moving on. I really didn't need to fight those, but I did. Okay, so now we go down. And we're going to go around and up to Arsonist. I wonder... how... mana multipliers are going to work with Prismatic Burst. It's weird, right? All right, let me pull up an example because I'm thinking about this and I don't know the answer. Path, Exile, Insight. Teasers, no new teasers. Forums, announcements. New gems. Okay, so I'm trying to think through this, and we've got Prismatic Burst here, and essentially what's going on is Prismatic Burst is going to support attacks causing the trigger Prismatic Burst spell, cannot support trigger attacks or attacks used by things other than you. Okay, so we have an attack, it triggers Prismatic Burst, which triggers this spell in the bottom, right? And the spell in the bottom does things. So my question is, if we have a support gem that cannot support attacks but can support spells, that would be supporting Prismatic Burst, but Prismatic Burst doesn't have a mana cost, right? So the mana cost of the attack won't go up if I use a spell-only support. Right? So, let's see. Support. Gem. Let's see what a good example is. Archmage. Oh, we can add a chaos. We can add lightning. I guess arcane surge is a both a good and bad example at the same time. Oh, you know what? You know what? Spell Echo. Spell Echo support is a good example, right? Yeah, Spell Echo support is a good example. Because... No, it's not a good example because it can't support triggered skills. Alright, efficacy is damage over time, we don't want that. Controlled destruction. Supports attacks or spells. I guess let's do... Huh. This is tough. Right, because ideally you want things that support your spell, but not your attack. So close combat is a good example of the opposite, where it would support the attack but not the spell. But I'm having trouble thinking of things that... None of the projectile ones would work. Hypothermia is anything that deals damage. Ice Bite support is anything that you use to hit enemies. Here's point blank, second wind. Cannot support triggered skills. Weathering touch. Urgent orders. Shockwave. Mace scepters or staves, shockwave support. Pulverize, no. Multi-strike, no. Melee splash, no. Less duration? I don't think works. Or not in our case, right? Because we're trying to use Flicker Strike, and Flicker Strike has a duration. This is harder than I thought it would be. I thought, you know, no problem. I'll just use supports that support spells but not attacks. But it's harder to find than I thought it would be. Alright, these are all awakened, arrogance, ancestral call, added fire damage. Okay, what about the blue supports? Start at the bottom, unleash, supports spells, cannot support skills with cooldowns, triggered skills. Okay, so no. Unveil the ailments, we're not doing ailments. Trinity support, cannot support triggered. Swift brand. Yeah, cannot support triggered skills. Spell echo, cannot support triggered skills. Spell cascade. So spell cascade works. Editor is not something we want. Intensify. No, I don't think that works for us. Physical lightning, overcharge. We don't want minion life, minion damage, minefield, meat shield. No. Intensify cannot do trigger, right? Yeah, cannot support triggered. Use channeling, we're not channeling. Infernal Legion doesn't work. Grave Effect might work. But we would want concentrated effect rather than increased area. Emulate support, ignite proliferation. Elemental focus. This ground control destruction is attack skills for spells. Concentrated effect is probably one that's good. I don't think it's gonna apply to Flicker Strike. I don't think Flicker Strike has the AoE tag. Flicker Strike. Yeah, no. Flicker Strike doesn't have the AoE. Can't use that. Cast while channeling. Cast with stunned Bone Chill. Blasphemy support, Awakened Unleash. Yeah, most of these Awakened ones we've already looked at. Archmage is based on mana. Could be neat, but might be difficult to mess with. Interesting. There's not actually that many that are gonna alter the or manipulate the mana cost of melee, which is surprising to me. That's so much damage on Val Firestorm. Okay. We'll mess around with it in the league whenever that happens. Do you know why people care so much about what others are doing? I do not. I have no clue. I think it's just a I don't know, I guess people want to experience as much as they can, and so they're interested in what's going on around them. Possibly. Also, people like drama. Which is another thing I don't understand. I find drama more aggravating than I do entertaining. You know? I just want people to be happy without being hurt. Yeah. It would certainly be nice. It would certainly be nice. Although I think a lot of, at least when it comes to feelings, right? Like, I think in the majority of cases, things are not done out of maliciousness. They're done out of, I guess, a state of misunderstanding, right? Usually when two people are arguing about something, it's because they don't understand each other, or they aren't in a state where they are okay with disagreeing, right? And so there becomes an argument based on one of them either wanting or needing to be right, and the other case is let's assume that neither of them care about being right, but if they have the perception that the person they're discussing things with or arguing with is attacking their viewpoint, then what can happen is people get defensive, and then once you have defensive people in a discussion, the discussion gets much harder to have, no matter what it is. And it can be the simplest thing, and it's much harder because you're no longer looking at things from a strictly logical point of view, or trying to see things through the eyes of someone else. You're trying to defend your own points because you feel that your viewpoints are being attacked. So the combination of those, the confusion and the feeling that you need to defend your own points, I think are the source of most disagreements. Prismatic burst may be good strength stack or iron will. I think so. I think you're right. I just don't know how to make that work. I do want to try it though. And I'm kind of thinking what I'm going to do, Dan, is I'm going to have the plan of starting RF Jug. And then if I'll try Prismatic Burst as I'm leveling, because Jug should get it as part of their leveling kit. And I'll mess around with it with like Molten Strike. And if it feels good, I'll pivot to it. Or I'll pivot to it later. So I think what I want to try and do is I want to try and do a Flicker Strike Prismatic Burst. If I don't do it for my first character, I will probably do it for a second. Well, okay, I'll probably do it for a third. I already know what I want to do for my second character, and I'm very excited about it. But it requires a Squire, and that's going to take me a while to farm. Messing around with strength stack PB and POB, haven't worked out something, but also have something worked out for Sab deck stacking. Ultimately, strength stacking is higher damage. Are you just doing Iron Will Crown of Eyes, or is it the full... No, Alberon's is just attack stacking, right? Alberon's wouldn't help a spell. You're just doing Strength Iron Will? Or... Crown wouldn't apply. Right, because it applies it to attacks. It's 150% of spell modifiers apply to attacks. So... You would do... Let's see, Iron Will would be... No, not the support gem. You would do the thing, and then you would go... What are they called? I'm just gonna do it this way, because I can't remember. Jug endurance stacking. Iron Fortress. Physical damage for 10 strength. Oh no, we don't want this, because this is also attack stacking. We want... What are they called? They're unique gloves. I just don't remember the name of them. Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? I might still be thinking of the wrong thing. Ninja PB. I think I'm just getting basic strength stacking confused. Replica Alberons. Just because I know these people have the item that I'm thinking of. Okay, maybe not. Iron Fortress does actually work because the Iron Will node will convert it. Oh, are you? You might be right. I think you're right. Iron Will. Strength damage bonus applies to all spell damage as well. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So yeah, you go Iron Fortress, Iron Will. Repentance is the other one. Oh, you don't even need a repentance, right? I mean, you could get it. Yeah, you don't want Crown of Eyes because you don't care about that. But you want... I don't think we care about repentance. It's not bad, but it's not great. And it requires a ton of intelligence, and that's hard to get on Jug. Yeah, so we go there. Unbreakable, untiring. I don't know that I'd endurance start charge stack, honestly. Just messing around with sports so far. I have Cyclone, Infused Channel, Fire Pen, Life Tap, Control Test. Nice. Yeah, I think... Again, I want to do this with Flicker Strike because I like bad things. I think Cyclone is the better choice here, but I think what we do is Marauder, Jug. I think we figure out another solution for Unstoppable. I don't think I care about that. I do want Undeniable because accuracy, I think, is going to be an issue without having something like Precision. I think accuracy is going to be an issue effectively, right? Is my point here. Life regen is nice, and then endurance charge. So we do that, and then go boom, boom, boom. There. Just go straight up. No, probably not. Go around here. There. Do I take... I don't know what weapon I go. Iron Fortress. This is awful. This is an awful skill tree so far. I'm just like throwing ideas at the wall, and I think you just do like something like this. And I don't need to mess with anything else down here. Then I think we do that. Endurance charge stat gives nice AoE and survivability, trying to dabble in spell spursion, counter Iron Fortress downside. Makes sense. Chance to block spell damage unlucky, yeah. Block attack damage per 50 strength is really nice. I think that's the only requirement. Oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this with the So the issue I'm facing, right, is that because I want to do Flicker Strike, I need a way to generate Frenzy charges. So I think Iron Fortress is absolutely the right call, but I need a way to do Frenzy. So I've got to figure something else out. I think the other, let's see, what else can I do? So there's a couple things we can do for for frenzy charges. We can do Formless Inferno? No. What is it called? Helmet. Prismatic Burst gonna be Yuki. No, I think Prismatic Burst is gonna be good and it's sick. So essentially, think of Prismatic Burst as like Shockwave, but instead of being Shockwave, it's a spell and it's got a lower cooldown. That's the way to think about it. So we already know Shockwave can do well. This is going to be something we have to build differently, but I think it's going to be good. It's going to be harder to scale, I think, maybe, but we'll have to see how it actually works. Because it's also, I think, the first spell that is also a support. All right, what am I thinking of here? We're looking for. I have big plans for new endgame Cast on crate breakpoint, 15 attack per second, 120 CDR. The gem looks meh. You have to play Sabo. Yeah, Sabo cast on crit is gonna be incredible. Like no doubt about it. Especially with the trigger bots. Like the 15 less spell damage is not even gonna matter as long as you can solve the mana problem. Like it's gonna be good. How do you plan on managing mana cost? For Prismatic Burst, you don't have to. Prismatic Burst doesn't have a mana cost. Or at least I don't believe it has a mana cost. So go... So Prismatic Burst is altering the mana cost of the skill. Yeah, 700 mana per second in game. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, Prismatic Burst doesn't have a mana cost, so it alters the mana cost of the attack that's triggering it, but it itself doesn't have a mana cost. Trigger bots double it. I think it'll be worth it. I think trigger bots are incredible. Yeah, I'm taking note because strength stack node negates all need for accuracy. I went the cold route first, but the benefits from going strength just outweigh the rest. Easily stack spell damage, life, armor, AoE. That's awesome, Dan. I might have to steal your idea a bit, but I have to mess with it because I have to figure out how to do it with Flicker. Cyclone is the better answer, so you're good right now. You doing a prismatic tree right now? I'm thinking about it. So the thought here is we're going to do RF. Like I'm gonna level a character with the plan to go RF Jug, and then instead of going the regular leveling route, I'm going to pick up Prismatic Burst and see how it feels for the leveling, and then we'll go like Magma Strike, or yeah, Magmatic Strike, and then Static Strike for leveling, and Prismatic Burst, and see how it feels during the campaign. And then at the like midway through the campaign, I'll decide whether or not I'm gonna commit to RF or commit to Prismatic. Yeah, Prismatic is gonna be incredible, I think, for leveling. Like it's gonna change leveling for melee in a crazy way. Okay, I need to find Formless Flame. No. Not a replica. Usurper's Penance. Chance to gain Frenzy Charge on critical strike at close range. This may be for my Flicker Strike generator, or Frenzy Charge generation. I hope it's good. Probably over Spell Slinger Sabo or something. That's a good plan. Taking as many jewel nodes as possible, aim for ally damage, shield damage, strength, and life. Red Blade Banner, Infernal Cry, big damage boost as well. Nice. Let's see, how else can we solve the... Frenzy. Oh no, I need Frenzy Charges. Oops. Okay, other means to gain charges. Gain every 6 seconds, it's not good enough. The rest is Passion, Blood Dance, Vivisect, Reminisce, Gluttonous Tide. If I could get Battle Mage, I might do Oros, but I can't get Battle Mage with Oros. Red Trail is gain Frenzy on hit while bleeding. Means I'd have to Golden Rule bleed myself. Honestly, is this the play? If you're going jug, that will tickle. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is if I can apply a bleed to myself, then I can mitigate the bleed with my vitality, right? We mitigate the bleed with untiring, because it gives us increased life regen. And then we just need to find. I don't plan on Samo for Prismatic Burst. No, I think Prismatic Burst is going to be good on almost everything, and I don't want to commit to Sabo because Sabo would be good for Prismatic Burst, but I don't want to commit to like a cast while channeling or a cast on crit. Is there self-damaging build, Pugs? Yes, yeah, they have some. They're not super good. Like they're a little rough, but when you think about like ward loop, then you get into some interesting territory. The 30% CDR is going to be super good. Cast while channeling Ice Nova into cast on crit, I think is going to be good. Cast while channeling, I don't think is going to benefit from the CDR at all, unfortunately, because it's not a cooldown. It's a trigger rate, which is different, unfortunately. Then we do this. Let's see, where are all the bleed stuff? So we need bleed. This is unfortunate, right? Because we know we're not doing bleed stuff, and we're having to very possibly allocate bleed. Attacks have a 10% chance, 15% chance, 15% chance. And then we do this, right? So we can only have the bleed on us. Yeah, high chance for fire with the strength stacking, and we can take it even further and do the combat focus jewels if we really want to. May be good, but I need numbers for CR points. Yeah, that's true, Dan. I think it's going to be fine, because 0.5 seconds isn't too bad, and it's going to be faster than Shockwave, which we already know is good. So at this point, right, we get a dagger, and we don't actually care what. So dagger. We want, I think we craft an item. So we want rare dagger on hand. The daggers. Did I pass it? I did pass it. Rune dagger. Demon dagger. Create. So we want demon dagger because it gives us global crit. And then we do all spell. And we're only gonna do one spell right now. Fortunately, with Prismatic Burst, any of these work. Cold, fire, lightning, all work. So we'll be able to do any of those for our double. And then we do Wrath. The apply, no, not apply achievement. Add modifier, crafting bench. We want insta cause bleeding. Add to build. Right, so our physical damage is going to be pathetic, theory, but we do have a 100% chance to bleed. Okay, which means we do red trail, or wait, yeah, red trail, right? Or yeah, red trail. Oh, I'm looking at helmets. Any slot. Red trail. Don't need usurper's penance. And then we need golden rule. Okay, so now we have a 100% chance to apply a bleed. Our bleed DPS is 186.3. Which is great. It's awful. Prismatic versus a 0.8 base. No, I guess it's 57 on it. Yeah. So it's a 0.8, but then it has an automatic 57 on it, which I think is going to increase with gem levels. So the more gem levels we get, the lower the cooldown is going to be. Plus level applies to main skills. Yes. They don't work though because it's support gem. So I think, Dan, the skill levels are gonna apply to both. Because I think, okay, let me show you why. Because essentially we're in totally new territory with Prismatic Burst. So based on the tags, it is a support and it is also a spell, right? So because it is a spell, it's going to identify as a main skill or an active skill, because that's what it's based on. It's based on if it's an active skill. So because if we go back in here, this says all spell skill gems, and this has the tag spell up at the top. It should increase in level, right? So plus gem levels is going to work on Prismatic Burst. And so that's going to be my primary method of increasing the damage is I'm going to be stacking spell levels. And what makes that even better is because I think increased cooldown recovery rate is going to increase as the levels increase. That'll make the DPS even better as that goes on. Yeah, red trail, iron will, and then we just stack strength, right? Yeah, golden rule. What's our current regen? With no investment, our regen is 94. We slap vitality on, right? Skill, new, vitality. Done. We are now sustaining our flicker strike. Then we go new flicker strike. I don't want to do multi-strike on this. I think I'll probably end up having to, but I don't want to. And then we do essentially Prismatic Burst, and then just do all Prismatic Burst supports, right? Which is going to be like, I think Spell Cascade. Does Spell Cascade work? Yeah, so we go Spell Cascade, Empower. But I don't think I care about elemental ailments, so we go Elemental Focus. See, 1, 2, 3, and then we have one more, which would be... I don't even know. Let's see. Life tap is an option, but I don't know that I want it. Oh, controlled destruction is the right answer. If I could type. Yeah. So. It might have bonkers radius. I hope so. And so part of the reason I'm gonna... No, not controlled destruction. Where do we want to go controlled destruction? Maybe? Red trail. On hit. Yeah. So we don't need multi-strike. So we do that. I think life tap might be the answer. Is life tap the answer? Ellie focus. We drop Ellie focus. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I think this works though, like the theory behind it. We'll have to play with the support gems to figure out what's actually best, but I think this concept works, and then we just stack a little bit of a bit of recovery. Boom, life regen 600. Oh, we need this. Do we want anything else? I don't think I care about frenzy. I mean, I guess I could go right over here and grab maximum endurance. You're utilizing unyielding for the area of effect for endurance charge. I don't think I'm going to want to do that. I think I want undeniable and unbreakable and untiring. I'm also going to want physical damage taken. No, not that one. TS damage. We're at 109. That's probably a little much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some trimming on this, just because this is a bit much so far. But I think this works. Yeah, we don't want this. Yeah, so we do Flicker Strike. And our bleed DPS is 377 now. But our life regen is 750. And as our strength goes up, that's just gonna get better. At life regen. I think this has a lot of merit, honestly. Let's save this as one of our ideas. We do prism, burst, strength, jug. Thanks for the idea, Dan. Legacy of Fury boots could be nasty as well. They would be. I can't use them. Well, I can't use them with this solution, right? Because I need Red Trail and Golden Rule. So my boots are set. Right, I have to do something to generate frenzy charges. But because we're hit based, we could also do Herald of Ash. Yeah, Cyclone, it's an awesome solution. Honestly, I bet there's gonna be some area for like shield charge. Night Pugs, thanks for joining us. So if you do like shield charge and you just shield charge through a map and have Prismatic Burst do all the work for you. I'm excited. I think this is good. I think this has a lot of merit. Glad you enjoyed yourself, Pugs. Enjoy your night. I have high hopes as well, Insec. I really, the only issue here is I don't have enough points to get unyielding as well, but I don't know that I'm gonna need it. Like it's nice, but I don't. I think we'll be okay without it, because I don't want to give up any of these three. Right, because if we assume let's see, plus 150, and I do this on a lot of my experimental PvEs. All elemental resistance. What am I doing wrong here? There it is. Okay. Yeah. And then plus 150%. Chaos resistance. So the reason I do this is because my assumption is that I'm going to solve this with all of these empty items, right? So I do it so that I have a better idea of what my defenses are going to look like early on with low expectations. So even with only really Iron Fortress giving us... Oh, Red Trail has some nice armor on it. I didn't know that. Okay, Iron Fortress and Red Trail giving us armor. We're already at 8,000 armor. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Nice. I like this. I like this a lot, honestly. Like, if nothing else is selling me on this, Protection Mastery is doing it. I think Inquisitor is the play, but I can't go to about. I agree. I agree that Inquisitor is the play because this is going to be so strong. Or no, not this. Inevitable Judgment, because it's gonna apply to all of them. And you just get a ton of elemental scaling easy. It would be really nice. And that was part of my original plan. Like, my original plan was to do an Inquisitor Flicker Strike. But I feel like the correct play, right? The right play for me to be able to farm early and fast is gonna be going Jug. Tanky still if you go EV Mom. That's true. It's harder to solve accuracy though. Jug is God, yeah. It is harder to solve accuracy for Inquisitor. Because for Inquisitor, you've got like this. And precision, but then you have to go like all the way down here to get the nearest accuracy node. Like, so you have to get it on your gear. Yeah. Which, if you can get there, right? Once you get here, you can get this mastery and the 500 accuracy, which is like, it's 300 accuracy at level 100, but that's still a lot of accuracy. And so that solves a lot of the problem, but you have to go all the way down here from Inquisitor to do it. And that's a long way to travel for accuracy. Because really, you don't need anything else down here. And so it's way out of your way for Inquisitor, because Inquisitor, you just want to be right up in here. And especially if you're going EB Mom, you have to go all the way over here. Right? So you've got a path over here. You really can't afford the path all the way down here. So I think accuracy is going to be a little bit of an issue, but it's no more an issue for Inquisitor than it is for really any cast on crit build. Right? It's still something you have to solve. Oh yeah, for sure. It's the better choice. Like it's just gonna scale super well for Prismatic Burst, especially because Prismatic Burst can't play with Trinity, which is a real shame. I was very sad when I figured that out. So I was looking at it, and I was like, "Oh, a new Prismatic skill. Of course I'm gonna go Trinity support, right?" Trinity support. Support skills that hits enemies, causing them to gain bonuses. Cannot support triggered skills. It hurts. It hurts so much. Because it would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect. Feels like the gem was made for us to get comparable attributes to make Trinity work. Yeah, it really does. I wonder if they had the intention and then just forgot, or if they just wanted to make the 3 damage types comparable for balance reasons, right? So that you wouldn't feel bad going one over the other. But combat works. The combat, focus, jewels all work, right? And they're not hard to slot in. This doesn't help you at all, which I think they should probably change these now and have this be a generic elemental damage. Now that we have a prismatic skill that is an attack, and then just do this, right? So take away the lightning and take away the cold, and now you've got only fire, or whatever. I'm gonna make a tentative leveling tree for Cybo while chilling. Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, we got a couple days. Hang out. I didn't realize how easy these were to get now. I might have to do this and just do... I don't know. Because the combat focus makes it easy to focus a single damage type. I mean, it's 2 jewel slots, so it's significant, but Spectral Throw might be juicy to level with. Oh. What does Sabo get early? Well, okay, it would be Shadow, right? Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, you can't see the skills here. Hybrid class, target attack spells. Dual strike, frost blades is always nice. Oh, you know what? On Shadow, I 100% of the time, I level with. I don't remember what it's called. It's not a melee attack. It is. Projectile. I level with Cobra Lash every time. It does not scale super well into like mid campaign. Like past level 30, it's not very good. But in the early levels, it's I think it's nice. Splitting Steel is going to be really good. But I would get Splitting Steel on Shadow, so that doesn't help. Yeah, I would go Cobra Lash or Frostblades. Spectral Throw just always feels weird to me. It's a really cool skill though, like for sure. Then you can always go Caustic Arrow if you want to go early bow. Start level 1 PB and YOLO the journey. I mean, it's the way to do it, because a lot of the new skills you're not going to know until you get in, right? It's going to take getting in there and just trying it and seeing how it works. And that's why, like, my plan right now is I'm going to... let's pull back up the POB. So for Jug, effectively, this part right here is the same no matter what I do, right? I'm probably going to pick up versatility early just to get that 20 dex and 20 int, because dex and int are hard to come by on Jug. And so no matter what, I'm probably going to grab this. I'm going to grab this because I like health and not dying. Not dying is cool. And then all the way up to here, right? That covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Up to level 13, doesn't matter. At level 12, I have Static Strike. Right, level 12 is Static Strike. And so we are then pairing Static Strike with Prismatic Burst. And so we can decide at that point whether or not we're gonna try and YOLO Static Strike, or if we're gonna stick with the Jug plan. Because right here is where I decide if I'm going this way or if I'm going up to Arsonist. Right, because Arsonist is what I need for early RF. And I might do both anyway, right? Because if we have Sustain for RF, then we have another more damage multiplier for Prismatic Burst. Because RF is going to buff Prismatic Burst. So really, RF is just a good thing to have anyway. Jug is fat. What is MM? I can't think of what MM is all of a sudden. Oh, gotcha. I thought you were referring to a keystone. Sorry. Jug is super good. I love Jug. I've actually never played Jug RF. I think my last Jug character was a Herald of Thunder Jug in Scourge League, which I loved. It was such a good build. Could also implement Fire Mastery, 100% damage with hits. against ignited enemies. Easily get 100 ignite. True. We should apply to Prismatic. Yeah, it's gonna apply to Prismatic because it's a hit. Yeah. Grab this and grab fire. Or no, we don't grab this. So if we're going Prismatic, we would go... I guess we do this. Critical strikes do not inherently ignite. 100% increased damage with hits against ignited enemies. Yeah, we could do this. We go this early and then this later. And then just get some ignite chance. Itch. Let's see, where is ignite? I think it's all... Oh, maybe it would help if I spelled that right. %, right there. Oh, we do it right there. It's 15%. It's fire damage over time mastery. I don't really want fire damage over time. But... Now the question is if you can find a weapon with a different element type, locally added fire or cold, would be able to take LA Equilibrium. LA Equilibrium, you have to do... The elemental equilibrium is now local. So elemental equilibrium has to be the local skill. So you can't, if I remember it correctly. Let me try and find it to make sure. That's overload. Where's equilibrium? Magic minor matter. Where's... Hits that deal damage, remove, exposure. Oh no, you're right, you're right. I was thinking of... Never mind, I was thinking of elemental overload, because that's now local. It's equilibrium. Hits that deal elemental damage, remove exposure of those elements and inflict exposure to other elements. Exposure inflicted this way applies negative 25 resist. If you could get this, this would be hard to do. And the reason I say this would be hard to do is because it's so far away from wherever we are. Like we'd have to path over to it or find it on, I think, the Crucible tree. But I think you're right. I think to do this, it wouldn't be terribly difficult if you... Yeah, you could do that. So you do... It might be a little hard. Yeah, I think you just have to craft it. So... Say the demon dagger, right? We just do flat add cold. And the reason we do that is we want to apply the fire exposure, or flat add cold or flat add lightning. Flat add cold is probably better. Yeah. Honestly, you could probably just if you can balance out your int a little bit. No, we're string stacking. We can't balance out anything. Never mind. Yeah, so you'd have to just add flat cold damage. I don't know that it is going to be worth the squeeze, but it's a really good thought. Right, because it takes our exposure from, what, negative 18? That's what we can get right here. Yes, we get negative 18 right here. Get some cluster jewels, we get that negative 18. Elemental Mastery, hits have 20% to invert monster resistance. Would be a big hit. Yeah, it would be a big hit. If we were doing Ignite based, that would be better. But I think we're going hit based, you want to have more consistent hits. So for like big hits like that, you like that's an incredible mastery. And then just and it's like we're talking about having this mastery, the hits have 25% chance to treat enemy monster elemental resistance as inverted. So if you have this, you get a 25% chance to have a super big hit. But I think with a hit-based build, you don't want you want to aim for more consistent DPS. If we were going Ignite, I would say this is for sure the way to go. Like Ignite base, this is 100%. This is what you do. Yeah, I think pen is probably better for a hit based. That is not to say that this isn't good, because this is incredible no matter what. So as an example, like for we're gonna save. It's a bad trade, but we're gonna save it for now. Ignore all of these. So this is one that I was working on for Inquisitor Flicker Strike. But as an example, do I have? No. We're just gonna grab this real quick. I know it's over, but we have a hit DPS of 4.3 million, and this is a hit-based build. And if we do this, oh no, this is convert to 3.21. There we go. We do a hit-based build. This is an extra. That's not a very good extra, is it? I just have a ton. I think I just have a ton of pen on this. Yeah, I think I have a ton of pen. That's not as big as I thought it would be. That's really good though. Again, this is another good one for Ignite paste. Yeah, if I wasn't so invested in pen already, this might be good, but I think I have a ton of pen. Do I? I don't know how I'm working that out. That seems like not enough to me, but oh well. I think it's situational. I think it's a really cool node to have. I think it's situational. I've made a couple POBs for 3.21. Just a few. Alright, Prison Burst, Strength Jug. Yeah, I really like this as an idea. 32% increase AoE just on saboteur small nodes. That's awesome. That's a lot. You're gonna be screen wide clearing with the Prismatic Burst. Meanwhile, I'm over here struggling to get 20. I say that like I can't grab this and just have a bunch. That's probably something I'll end up doing is actually getting the Forbidden Flesh and Flame for unyielding if I end up doing this. Although... Wait. Alright, physical damage doesn't do anything for us. Okay. I don't think this is going to be worth. I don't think it'll be bad, but Chieftain I don't think is going to be as good as Jug, unfortunately. I might end up doing this. Just for the physical damage hits taken as fire. Honestly, drop the accuracy node, you can get attack speed and accuracy elsewhere. Yeah. Why undeniable over unyielding? Yeah, it's just the accuracy solution. If we grab accuracy anywhere else, we can drop it. Honestly, if I can get accuracy on my helmet, which is easy, or on my gloves, which is also easy, then we can pick up unyielding. But it's just an early solution. Because the other thing is, so configuration, we have frenzy charges. So right now, the flicker strike is at 2.3, which is probably enough. But I don't want to go lower. Like I want to get to like 3-ish. I don't care about min-maxing the solution, but we need to have something respectable. Just get resolute if you're right there. If I don't know yet. Is the issue. I feel like going crit is the best way to maximize damage. But it's hard to say because we're also not near any good crit stuff for spells. We're near this, and that's about it. Which is good, but not great. Non-crit transitioning, yeah. I mean, it's totally a thing we can do. Oh yeah, especially since we're scaling on strength alone. Just grab rest of the technique and then do... Yeah, that might be the solution. Do that. And then grab attack speed somewhere. This two isn't quite enough. We need more attack speed. Healing is 0.34 for attack rate, yeah, but I think the issue is how much does this give us? 0.2, but it's 6 points. Speed. Two-handed, no, we're not going two-handed. Attack speed there. If we do, I feel like we can solve this elsewhere, right? Yeah. Sub on Herald of Ash for Despair, Herald Effect, enjoy the show. True. Do we just get a better weapon? Maybe, I don't know. Accuracy, critical strike chance. Could we get... Skills new. What does Blood Rage do for us? $160 total degen. Okay, so we're still 592 net life regen. I think it's not high enough. Oh no, it's high enough. And that brings us back to 2.3. Low untethered. Cooldown recovery rate, debuffs on you expire faster. Attack and cast speed. Oh, true. True. If we go this route, you know what we could also do? We could also go time clasp. Oh, no, this is skill effect duration. Okay, so this is not the same. Okay, that's not going to help us as much. Low untethered, though. That's a good one. Debuffs expire 90% faster. As long as we're attacking, we're good. That brings us to 2.5, which I think should be plenty. For triggering, what's it called? Prismatic Burst, right? Because Prismatic Burst, we're realistically only going to be at 5, maybe 0.4, with a little bit of a, with this little bit of cooldown recovery. That also gives us life recovery. Oh man, that's such a good belt. No, that deserves the caps lock, Ansec. That's incredible. I just wish they'd add Prismatic Burst in POB. Dan, they usually do. It's just that because we only got it like yesterday, it takes them a couple days to add it. So they'll probably have it in, unfortunately, they'll probably have it in after the league launch. But what that means is we can play around with it and see how it feels without like having to look at numbers. And then by the time we get into maps, we should be able to mess with it in POB. Hopefully. Crossing our fingers. Yeah, I'm gonna steal that idea from you. Flow untethered is real good. So, thank you for that. God, that's so good. Because CDR is so hard to find. Like, if you're not... Well, generic CDR. PoE Gamers Unite. Yeah. So I like how this is coming together. I actually think this is something that we can reasonably put together and actually do, you know? I think this is totally doable. So I guess let's do I'm gonna try do this. I'm gonna do shockwave. I can't do shockwave, can I? It has to be maces, scepters, or staves. Okay, so let's do a mace real quick. Craft ace. Scepter's fine. Why is this demon dagger so slow? Are scepters faster than daggers? There's no way, right? Had to build. None. Scepter. Skills. Shockwave. Okay, so we get shockwave. Ah. It's the next threshold. This is totally unreasonable and is not meant to be a real indicator. I'm essentially just using this. I don't know how high this will let me go. High. It'll let me go high. Okay, so we use shockwave as an indicator, so we can get down to 495. And we have a hit rate of 2. Right? Yeah. So, I don't actually know how to calculate the CDR. I guess. Can I do configuration minus 0.2 seconds Is that gonna work? Probably not, right? Can I alter the gem directly in POB? No way, right? Okay, so let's just assume that this is analogous. I don't want to go too far. So if we can get under 5, we can get the hit rate to 2, and it'll feel pretty good. Flicker strike. 1 2 1 2. It'll feel a little weird for Flicker Strike because Flicker Strike is used to going so fast. But I think it'll be okay. And we want Divergent Flicker Strike. Yeah. Oh, I hit my mic. I hope that wasn't too loud. I think this works. And this is with or without Harbinger of Time? Okay. I think this is without the Harbinger of Time. Okay. Yeah, I think this... Am I bleeding? Yes. Wait. I'm bleeding, so I have more armor? How? Why is that working? Tree? Feels items? Is it Red Trail? Is Red Trail giving me more armor while I'm bleeding? Why? Oh, golden rule. Increased armor while bleeding. Huh. Well, I'll be. I think what I'll end up doing in this is I'll end up going with Purity of Elements, just to deal with a bunch of different ailments. Right, so we don't have to deal with elemental ailments. Because my concern here, let's say we go into a map, or we go into a fight, if we start burning, or if we start, if we get ignited, we can't apply bleed to ourselves. Right, so we've got this thing, which is protecting us from having too many ailments on us, which is great, except that if it gets applied to us before we start stacking bleed, then we've effectively hurt ourselves, right? Because we can't then generate frenzy charges. I'm stoked for this. This is awesome. I'm legitimately excited because I think this is gonna work. I think the plan remains, right? I think I start with RF, and I may just stick with RF, right? The RF leveling all the way into the end game, and then respec later, because a lot of the same skill pathing is going to be the same, right? So like this stuff right here, you do this for RF as well. I'm going to do this for RF. I'm going to do this for RF. I might do this, but it'll be a little different. This is all the same. So like a lot of this tree is similar, and then we're just going to grab Iron Will and then alter some of this, right, to go grab some bleed chance. But I think this works. This works pretty well. This has been an incredible thought experiment. I'm excited about this. It's actually been a long time since I've used Red Trail as like a real way of generating frenzy charges. And now I only have to, you know, farm betrayal, or not betrayal. Reach. That's where you get Red Trail. But we can farm it ourselves, so there's that. Alright, this is awesome. I'm excited about this. I wish it was Friday already. Okay, so, Dan, it looks like... I like to see how burst functions, because I like the inspiration, but depending on whether it targets around you or around your first enemy hit, I don't know. I think it's gonna target on enemy, so... and the reason we say that... versus taking Spell Cascade, yeah. So, the thought here... and again, we're not gonna know until we see it, but... the... full Toxic Burst. So spells that target you usually say so. So chaos damage in an area around you, right? And so it's very specifically around you. Galvanic Field is the same way. When you shock an enemy while you have this buff, create a spherical energy attached to the shock enemy, right? It says where it's attached. So because this is attached to the attack, it should be at the point of where the attack hit is. So we can go over here. Supports attack causing them, so causing the attack to trigger Prismatic Burst spell. And so because it doesn't define that it's on you or on an enemy, it should be at the point of contact for the attack. So wherever the hit is, that's where the spell should be. Again, that's just based on what we know. So if it's different, I mean, I don't know what to say, but the likelihood is that it's going to be wherever the hit is. So if you're using a bow skill, it'll be wherever the arrow hits. If you're using a melee attack, it'll be wherever that hit is. I may do... we'll test out both. Hopefully it can clear okay without Cascade, because I hate seeing that less damage. Yeah, that's fair. Less damage is not fun. But I'm thinking that the overlap is going to be enough. So like it's going to be... oh god. Am I having a streamer moment? Am I busting out paint? Oh god, wow, it's so bright. Why is it so bright? Why do I not have... bucket. I need to find a better solution for this. That's bright. Flashbang warning. Enjoyed your stream and your league start. Maybe I'll catch you again. See you later, Ansec. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I'm thinking, Dan, is that what we're going to be able to do is we're going to have Prismatic Burst, right? Which is going to be like, if we do with and without, Prismatic Burst is going to be wherever the hit is. So hit is here, and it's going to be the circle around it. That's where Prismatic Burst is going to fire off. My hope is that if we do Spell Cascade, what we'll be able to do is the hit will be here, and then Spell Cascade will be here, and also here, and also here. So even though it's a less damage multiplier, you know, if the base radius plus the 9 radius, the gem, because if it's only 9, it could be rough. I think it's plus 9, but I don't know. We'll have to see how it actually plays. That's the unfortunate part about only knowing the base. It looks good, but yeah, I'm hoping there's overlap that we can utilize right there. So let's take a look. This is plus 9 to radius based on level 20. So let's take a look at what Shockwave does. Because again, we have Shockwave is going to be a very similar skill. It has plus 3. So it's plus 0 to plus 3 instead of plus 9. I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be very big. It's hard to say because we don't know the initial radius. But based on that, yeah, Cascade could be nice. You can get Awaken spell Cascade and get a ×5 overlap. That could be real nice. Just clearing entire sections of the map like crazy. That would be nuts. Dan, I'm really glad you joined the stream tonight, man. I didn't even think about strength stacking it. That's gonna be so nuts. Oh god, and with the strength from the... Oh god, sorry. I hit the mic again. I keep doing that. I keep putting my hands on my head and hitting my mic. But with the strength we're getting from the Crucible bonuses... Oh, that's gonna be nice. I appreciate the follow, Dan. Yeah, we'll be testing it for sure. So, the plan is on Friday we'll be streaming the league start, and we'll be going into RF Jug and pushing through, and we'll do kind of like an attack-based hybrid RF kind of thing. What I'll probably do is once I get to shield charge, I'll link Prismatic Burst on the shield charge, and then follow that. Like I'll just do the shield charge, Prismatic Burst, and RF, and then we will once we get further in there, we'll see how we like it. Are you just on YouTube or on Twitch as well? I'm on Twitch as well. Ansec, the other guy I was talking to, was on Twitch watching. I think I've got my Twitch on there, but if you need a Twitch... Oh god. Twitch... channel. That's my Twitch channel. Yeah, this is looking good. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be sick. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Appreciate that, Dan. Reagan Dan, I like your username. That's nice. Oh, I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a really good league. And like whether or not Prismatic Burst is good, I think I'm excited for the league. I think it's gonna be great. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Cause I need to get some sleep. I still have work tomorrow. But on Friday, we'll be kicking it off. As soon as League starts, we'll be streaming it and seeing how Prismatic Burst feels. And it'll be fun for sure. Thank you, Dan, so much for joining me. Ansek, I know you left, but thank you as well. And I'll see you guys on Friday for League start. Thanks for watching, everybody. Risky starting new skill, but screw it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. See you there, Dan.